Our last short focused on leg strengthening. This time we're going to give a little love to our core strength, which can decline pretty quickly when we spend a lot of time in bed. So do what feels good for you. If anything is too much, just leave it out and take deep breaths and wait for the next exercise. We will start out on our backs with the knees bent. So get there however works best for you. The feet are about hips distance apart, knees are bent, and we're just relaxing and the arms can just settle alongside the body. And we want to start out by finding our low belly muscles. So we'll take a big inhale and then a slow, steady exhale. And notice how at the end of that long, steady exhale, your lower belly is going to pull in. The belly button's going to crunch back toward the spine. Find that sensation. So big inhale, exhale. Feel the belly pulling in. The hip bones seem to come together as the low belly engages at the end of that exhale. So we want to find some version of that with our core exercises here. So even as we're breathing, we want to keep a little bit of that sensation of the hip bones pulling in, the ribs pulling together, the belly button pulling toward the spine. Okay, so with that sensation, we're going to inhale, exhale, extend just the right leg out so that the two thighs are still level with each other, but the right toes point and extend. Drop it down. Inhale here, exhale, left leg extends. Inhale, drop it down. Repeating at your own pace. The trick here is to see how little movement you can manage in your pelvis and in your torso. So we're really engaging the low belly. And as we lock those muscles, pulling everything in, it becomes easier to really just move the lower legs. Move with your breath, ideally extending the leg on your exhale and pulling it back in on your inhale, but if you get it flipped, nothing terrible is going to happen. See if you can still feel that low belly pulling in, stabilizing your pelvis, stabilizing your torso. Let's just take about 2 more on each side if that feels good for you. If you're already ready to stop, that's fine too. Moving mindfully. And at your own pace. Letting both feet settle into the ground when you're ready. Let the low belly relax. Now let it release and grow soft. And then we're going to roll onto one side and come up onto hands and knees. Now, if you have trouble being on your hands and knees because of any difficulty with your wrists, you can also make fists and do this. You could also be down on your forearms, although it's going to change the nature of the exercise just a little bit. So if you can manage to be on both hands, just spread the fingers. You have a big base to work with. If you're doing this, you're going to end up with a lot of weight right in the heels of the hands and the wrists. So spread the fingers. Try to get some weight into all parts of the hands. The wrists are under the shoulders. The knees are under the hips. With the inhale, let the belly be really soft. Take the gaze forward. The low back arches a little bit. Big inhale here. Exhale, round the spine, starting at the base of the spine and then all the way up to the neck. Inhale, soften everything again, slowly taking the gaze forward. This is called cow pose. Exhale, slowly we arch the back like a cat, moving one vertebra at a time. Inhale back to cow where the belly is soft. Exhale to cat. Feel the low belly pulling in toward the spine, that same low belly engagement we found before. Move with your breath, flowing just a few more times here. And then we'll find stillness in our tabletop position. We'll take the knees a little bit wider apart. Bring the toes to touch. Sit back onto the heels if you can comfortably do so. And from there, slide into child's pose if that's accessible, resting the forehead on the mat. If child's pose doesn't feel good to you, find any place that you'd like to go to give yourself a short rest before you continue your day. Wherever you are, notice the feeling of your breath, filling your belly. Invite softness into the belly after that effort that it just put in. And again, if you can find something that feels good in your body right now, something that feels appropriately challenged, or something that feels rested, or something that feels open, or something that's not feeling crappy today, that felt crappy yesterday. Give a little energy and attention to that sensation. Bring some appreciation to it. And I wish you a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.